My name is Jamie Carter. We're from Richmond, BC, and we're from McRoberts Secondary School, and we are here in Cuba to learn more about music and play music. The reason I've always wanted to bring my kids to Cuba, and as soon as I brought up the idea of bringing my students to Cuba, it seemed that everywhere I looked, everyone said, use CanadaCuba. In fact, true story, my travel agent that I use for all my other trips costed and priced a trip out for us to come to Cuba, and then told us to not use that service and use CanadaCuba anyway. So we did. What I think is the best thing about this trip is the fact that it does a lot to take away a lot of the inhibitions that music students have, and it really does well to bring them out of their shell. A lot of these students come on Monday morning, they're quite shy, and by Sunday afternoon, these kids have turned into very different people, and they're very willing to do things that they've not done before, and that's really exciting to see. They've absorbed a lot about the feel of Cuban music and the energy of Cuban music and the joy of Cuban music. It's pretty much impossible to not see the amount of fun that the Cuban students are having, and that has an extremely profound effect on my students.
Hello, so my name is Dmitry Volchkov. I am a grade 11 student on the Cuba trip from Hugh McRoberts. Originally I was supposed to play the guitar, but on one of the shows I lost my book and there wasn't a second amp, so I had to play other instruments, like for example the congas and the shakers and stuff. And it just, people here are really, the people in the band are really welcoming, you know. They just, it's a really fun time when everyone you play with knows you, and you can just literally pick up an instrument. Even if you suck at it, they'll still have fun with you because, you know, like, people here don't judge you. They have fun with you. If you suck, you know, well, who cares? You still have a good time with them, and it's really fun. I definitely recommend it. It is a little pricey, but with that price, you get a lifetime of information that will stick with you and help you for the whole life, honestly. Just that it's very liberating, and it's a very good experience. If you ever want to see a country, I definitely recommend Cuba in the sense that it really opens your mind to things that you've never thought are possible. Yeah.
I'm Seth Kitamura. I'm from Vancouver, British Columbia, and I'm here to play music in Cuba and learn about the culture. I think a lot of the big highlights from this trip have been going to the different schools and playing music and hearing music played by the kids of Cuba and in the different schools. It was kind of a really touching experience because of how well they played the music and how much fun they had and kind of the energy that they put forth while playing music. This experience has helped me improve as a musician because it's taught me the value of performanceship and of kind of the extra things you bring to the music and not just what's played. So kind of the extra things like how you present yourself and how you play the notes and not necessarily what notes you play. It's just a lot of fun. There's just like the whole experience of going to all the different schools is just so much fun, and going to see all the different places, it's very good. Yeah, I think I can. This program is it's taught me a lot of different things about different cultures and about people around the world that I didn't get a window into before.
Hello, my name is Abigail Clark, and I am here in Cuba to play for the Cubans and learn about the Cuban culture. I think one highlight would have to be going to all the different schools and performing and seeing all the students and all the kids from the community centers and being able to interact with them and learn about their culture and their dancing and their music. And another one would have to be right now we're having a dance party in the hotel theater, and I think there's about 5 or 6 girls from a community center in Cuba near Havana, and they're just the best dancers I've ever seen, and they are teaching me new dances, and we're just having a really fun time. Cuba is a whole nother world compared to Richmond, where I'm from, and man, there's just so many different things that I've learned throughout the trip and so many new people that I've met. It's something that you want to experience with friends because you'll be able to bond over everything that's happened and just have an overall really fun time with them.
I think the reason that you want to take this trip is because you're going to have a good time, and so are your students. I think that it's something that you and your students are going to remember for the rest of your life. I've come to Cuba 3 times before, and this has been my favorite trip, and I've never brought 20 kids before, so the next time I come to Cuba, hopefully it's with this company and hopefully it's with my students as well. Absolutely, without a doubt. The reason I came on this trip was on the recommendation of half a dozen of my colleagues, and every single one of them said that CanadaCuba does a good job, and they absolutely do. I think that I think CanadaCuba does an amazing job of organizing the trip. They know exactly what works. They've been doing it for 30 years, and they've refined the trips to such an extent that it's pretty much a guaranteed success.